just for our viewers, Arihant has, like, I know Arihant since Fiji. So he got AIR of 113 and he went to IIT Madras, computer science. And currently he's working at QuantBox. So yeah, happy to mo know more. So when did your internship preparation start? Like,
So internship preparation, actually, so in college, there was this what are comparative programming,
hmm,
right? So I think I got some interest in that also. So I used to do comparative programming from second semester. I
second
started
semester.
comparative programming,
Hmm.
and then like some of my batchmates also used to do competitive programming. So it was like we had some competition that who has higher rating, who has done
Hmm.
well in this contest,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
on. Um,
So what
so
was
I
your
yeah,
core forces rating?
it was at that point it was some 1900, 1800 maybe. Yeah, 1900
Nice,
maybe. Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
So you're
yeah.
saying,
Now,
hmm,
yeah.
no, like for HFTs, usually they look at high competitive coding and like,
That's for the quant. That's for the quant guys actually. The
hmm,
quant guys, like they would prefer if you have a higher like see if you have done competitive programming, and if you're in the software, then I mean it's like it's a good thing that you have a good competitive programming,
hmm,
and so that means that your problem solving skills are in general good.
hmm.
But for at least in QuantBox, so like high CP is not very necessary for software roles. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
So okay, you are in software role in QuantBox.
Yeah,
Wo-
yeah,
So there are quantitative researchers and there are software. So you build low latency systems, right? Uh,
yeah. Like the traders tell, like what you want to buy. Like they decide what the orders will be and everything. And
hmm.
our job is like just to send
Build an
those orders as
execution
fast as
system.
possible. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
So did
Yeah.
you do this? Did you intern at QuantBox, or did you sit for placements and go get QuantBox?
No, I didn't intern at Converse. I interned in third year. I interned at Sprinkler. It's I
Oh,
don't may
yeah,
heard
yeah,
of it.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
in
yeah.
Gurgaon actually. I think. Yeah,
Yeah, like these are like common companies that come to all IITs. So,
yeah. So I had interned at Sprinkler.
hmm.
Um, That was in third year. Yes, I didn't. I got to Convox to placement only.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, interesting. So tell us about how you got QuantBox. Like, what kind of preparation is required? Like, what do they usually look for? Like, if somebody in college right now wants to apply for that, what advice would you give them?
Uh, so I mean, Convox. So I didn't get a PPO from Sprinkler.
Hmm.
So that time I was like, okay, bit scared. Okay, no PPO, and
Like,
then yeah.
why
But also,
is it very difficult to get PPO from Sprinkler? Many of my friends had got. I didn't hear.
yeah, it's not difficult. I didn't do anything in the internship.
Then it makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So then
Um,
you are like, you have to get something in placements.
yeah, I have to get something in placement, obviously, and I was also a bit like happy that all the good people have gone in PPO. The competition is less for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but so I started preparing. So I knew I wanted to do software only. There were some quant roles,
Mm-hmm.
like in which I'd come for placement, but I was sure that I want to do something related to CS itself.
Hmm.
So I decided that I'll do software only, and as such, how I came to know about QuantBox was that QuantBox had like they had just put up some small program like Buddy program or something like that. Where you can just like I just had a chat with one of the employees in QuantBox, and then they had told so he had told that whatever work they do in QuantBox about low latency, C++ stuff and that.
Mm-hmm.
So from that I got an idea that okay they ask these kind of questions. So it's very similar to like the question they ask is very similar to like very related to there's some operating systems course like in most CS courses,
Hmm.
so OS and compilers and computer architecture. So the questions are very related to those three courses.
Okay, okay. So for
So
software
yeah,
role, since they want like low latency systems to be
low
developed,
latency, yeah, C++.
so they ask
So
questions based on these. Like,
yeah, OS, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so how are like there will be one shortlist round or something, no?
Yeah, there's yeah, one
And
test
that
like
should be like
yeah.
tough, like I've heard.
Yeah, it is stuff like C++ and the same thing like OS and some subjective, some MCQ. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay. So once
yeah.
you pass that, then in the interview rounds, they don't ask CP questions in interview rounds. They ask only this OS fundamentals.
Yeah, in the interview round, yeah, we don't, at least for the software, we don't ask CP
Hmm.
questions.
Hmm.
We just ask C++ or design or because I mean that is what most of our work. Our work is not very related to CP. Our work is more related to these kind of stuff, low latency, OS
Hmm.
caching, etc. So we ask on based on that only.
Hmm.
The quant guys, they ask these puzzles kind of things. You might
Exactly.
have
Like,
seen statistics and
hmm.
probability, and then yeah, ENB play some games,
Hmm. Hmm.
some
Hmm.
yeah, game theory. Yeah, yeah,
Nice. So it has
yeah.
been like 3 years since you're at QuantBox, right? Or two
Yeah, I
years,
joined in 2022. Yeah, 3.5 years. Yeah, yeah,
3.5 years.
yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So how has been your experience till now? Like in the software role, is it too demanding or is it manageable? How is work at HFT?
In general, I mean, because HFTs do have longer work hours than like big tech or other thing. So in general, the work hours are like maybe 10 hours. Yeah. So
10
not
hours, okay.
not
But
demanding. Yeah.
as compared to quant role, is it little
Yeah.
less work or how is it?
Uh, so I mean, I find the control is a bit. I mean, for me at least, it's a
Hmm.
bit more stressful because you're directly linked to the profit. This thing.
Hmm.
तो तो अगर आज पैसे बने तो पार्टी वरना नहीं बने तो थोड़ी I mean I'm assuming थोड़ी tension like little bit
Hmm.
tension would be there, right, if your strategy doesn't make money or
Hmm. Hmm.
so at least that is not there for a software person.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
um so work as such, I think it is this. There's not. I mean, the quant guys on work more or less the same as a software guy. Yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
at
Hmm.
least in QuantBox because QuantBox is like smaller and recently started firm.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things even in software to do, right? Like there's so many exchanges to add, so many like latency improvements that we can do. Basically, in the bigger firms like some other bigger HFTs, like they are there from 10 years or 20 years,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? So they've already done most of the stuff like trading in different exchanges, and they have a lot of basically huge code base also, and then they have to cater to so many different trading teams.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that thing in QuantBox is what I like, that even in the software, I think there's a lot of new work that is there to do because it's a small firm and a newer firm.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
what exactly does an HFT do? Like how exactly do you make money? Previously, like I had talked to Archisman. Was working at NK Securities. So he told me that they play with this arbitrage, and
Uh,
that was one of the key things. Like in QuantBox also, is it? Do you make money based on that? Um,
so arbitrage is like one
one
kind of
of the
strategy.
strategies.
Like many different kind of strategies are there. So one simple like one other strategy. I mean, in general, any strategy is like you take the data which is coming from the market exchange is providing you the
Hmm.
market data, and then you build some signal like some model. Like it can be like let's say it can be some linear regression model, or it
So
can be some
basically, you
more
have to
complex.
predict how much you'll get, or like what kind of model?
Yeah. It'll
Prediction
predict
model.
like in the next 1 minute, like let's say that the price go up. So you have these are called alphas basically.
Hmm.
So each you have so many alphas. Like let's say the number of orders on the buy side, number of orders on the sell side. I mean these are very simple
Hmm.
alphas, but I'm just giving an example.
Hmm. Hmm.
So if there are like so with these alphas,
What exactly is an alpha?
like you combine from the market data, you
Okay.
have all this market data that is coming to you,
Hmm.
and these are just some like functions of the market data which will give you some number, let's say.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Functions of some market data. Okay, then.
Yeah. So with these alphas, you decide that what order you want to place, at what price you want to place. Basically, your signal, like your models, give some output, right? So these are
Hmm.
the model output, and so one side of quant, one part of quant is doing the research. Like, can I get some very good alphas? If I can, if I have some very good alphas, then my strategy also becomes very easier, right? If I
Got
have
it.
some let's say some alpha is always correct only. Like if the alpha is one, that means the price is going to go up in the next minute. My strategy is very easy then. But
Hmm.
obviously, you don't need such perfect alpha. You just need little bit of little bit better than the 50-50,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
little bit better than random. Even with that, you can just make money.
Understood. Understood. So, in software, what do you do? Like, this is in the strategy part, right? Basically, you take the market data, you create some alphas, and try to predict what will be the price, let's say 1 minute from now, like because it's high
Yeah,
frequency. And then if you get more than 50-50 chance, then you'll be making money, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
for obviously because we need you need to get it at that price, and since this is huge volume, there'll be a lot of software into play, right? How does that work out? Like what exactly does software in
So the
HFT do?
software thing is basically, what let's say you get the trader wants to buy this symbol at this price at
Hmm.
this much
Yeah.
quantity. For example, let's say the trader tells I want to buy State Bank of India at like let's say some price 900,
Hmm.
and I want to buy one quantity. Our job as a software is simply, I mean, in simple terms, is just to get that data to the exchange as fast as possible.
Okay.
So the each exchange will have its own APIs that okay, you send the data like
Oh,
this. Like first, they have their own structures. Usually, it's
okay.
just binary structures,
Okay.
simple binary protocol,
Okay.
because that is usually the fastest even for the exchange to handle this much volume of orders.
Hmm.
So um, it's usually just simple binary protocol. But then again, every exchange will have its own. Let's say one of the exchanges has that you should add the MD5, MD5 of the packet. You have to send with the packet
Hmm.
because
What is
as an
MD5?
MD5 is just some hash. It's just a cryptographic hash of
Okay.
a byte.
Okay.
So you have to send that with the packet.
Okay. Some specification.
And
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So then
So
the immediate thing
like
becomes
my
so this.
question is basically if two people send it at the same time, like how
Yeah.
who will get the who will get the order first, placed first?
So I mean, the exchange might have some load balancers, like round robin between different machines,
Hmm.
and I mean, if they're sending at the same time, so that's what people try to optimize. That they use FPGAs also. So
Okay.
FPGA, like you want to shorten, you want to reduce the latency as less as as less as possible. So they use FPGAs. Like normally the data will come like on your server, then it'll come all the way like there's a hardware,
Hmm.
like it's called a network interface card. So from there the data has to come to your software,
Okay.
right? And so all that takes a lot of time. So some people that like in the hardware itself you can have FPGAs. So it'll only listen to the data, and you already told it that I want to fire this order,
Hmm.
so it'll fire the order. So people reduce latency like that also.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it is like a large order, right, you might not get it at the same price, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So is it your job to ensure that we get it at the exact same price, or the traders will already have some backup? Like if you don't get it at this price, then what to do? Like all this logic. they would be
Yeah,
like.
usually traders do tell a like a limit price like this. I should not get a price worse than this. Yeah, that's usually an order type also. Like, and to the exchange itself, you tell that okay, if I want to buy at 900, you can give me at 890. You
Hmm.
can give me at 870 if that is the best ask offer.
Hmm.
But I should not get worse than 900. Like I shouldn't buy the share at 910. So you specify that while when you send the order, right? You specify that number.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can specify if you want to. Yeah, yeah,
Understood. Understood.
yeah.
That's nice. So, is it because they make so much money that they pay also like very uh, they pay very
Yeah, yeah,
high, right?
yeah.
As compared to other
Basically, the
companies.
amount of impact, amount of money a trader can bring is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of per person. Basically, you can have a lot of impact. So that's why they also pay so much. And also, it's because there is a lot of I'm assuming money in the markets. Like there are so many inefficiencies in the market that they are making money here. Yeah. And
Okay.
that's why hence they also pay for the high for the best talent. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, have you explored other like international firms, HFT firms, or did you think that only Indian HFT firms you will work for, or you just sat for the placements and you got?
Uh, HFT actually in our third year, Jane Street had come.
Uh-huh.
Jane Street had come to us, but I think I mean I didn't want to go abroad as such. I wanted to stay in India only.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so I just like that's why I've never heard about foreign HFTs. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but foreign HFTs have a different different. They're from like 20 like they're there from a long time. Like they have done so much optimization that they have their own towers to send data from one place to another.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah.
So that is like, so how, what is the condition of Indian HFTs? How are they competing with international ones?
So Indian HFTs do very well in Indian markets,
Okay.
and in the foreign markets as such, yeah, like in US markets, it's in general in US markets, it's mostly these foreign HFTs which make money. Very few Indian HFTs are able to make money in in a US market like CME. CME is a uh, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. It's a
Hmm.
commodity market in US. So yeah, it's very difficult that because all these foreign FTs have been there for a long time, right? So they have very advanced network infrastructure. Yeah.
So you're telling in your
So
Indian
most
HFTs, it's difficult to perform in US market. But my question is, the let's say Jane Street and whatever the top Citadel, right? Jane Street, Citadel,
yeah
these top
yeah
companies,
yeah
they'll be trading in Indian market also as well, no? So that same competition,
yeah
why
they
is it
started
not there here?
yeah, Jane Street made a ton of money, right? There was that whole
I
news of
I saw
Jane
that
Street. Yeah, yeah.
SEBI did some inquiry and all, no? Like they had some they had brought up some lawsuit, no, because they were doing it
It's
was
a
something
market
like
manipulation.
market manipulation and all that.
Yeah. Because basically, I mean, they were doing some market um, manipulation is what they is what the lawsuit is. So
Mm-hmm.
but again, that whatever strategy they had,
Hmm.
that's also only possible because of the amount of capital Jane Street has. You also need a very high amount of capital
Mm-hmm.
to do what Jane Street did. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not possible that every Indian HFT just copies Jane Street and just makes money. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the amount of money Jane Street made was like pretty
Mm-hmm.
insane.
No,
Like,
no. I'm asking that in US market and Indian market, what is the difference? Because they also are competing in Indian market as well, no?
oh, so there's some rule in the Indian markets. Because of some rules in the Indian market, the
Okay.
thing happens is that basically there's some derivative market
Hmm.
which has way more volume than the equity market. Equity market is like the shares of company you buy, like State Bank of India, HDFC. Derivative market is the when you
Options,
hedge it
mm,
time, yeah,
mm,
options and futures. Like
futures and
in
all.
the future, in 1 month, in 1 week, I'll buy this, I'll sell
Mm-hmm.
this. So Jane Street took advantage of that basically,
Hmm.
that the derivative market is way bigger in India compared to the equity market.
Hmm.
So they, in very simple this thing, they had uh, loss in the equity market, but that loss is nothing compared to what they gained in the derivatives market
Derivatives market. Hmm. Like
because
I
of the
read the
volume
report,
there.
I understood that
Yeah,
when they work in Indian market, like
yeah.
won't it hamper the Indian HFTs to
I mean,
underperform or something?
any HFT will HFT is like against another HFT. It's a usually zero sum game. Like it's you
Exactly.
won't
So
make.
that's what.
Yeah.
So won't the biggest firm always win? Like how are there small firms?
I
Um,
mean, there are so many different inefficiencies, right? Like someone can, target at this inefficiency, someone can target another inefficiency. For Jane Street, maybe targeting an inefficiency, which will give them, let's say 20 CR a year, is
hmm.
not worth it, right? It's not worth it for Jane
Oh,
Street to invest in that. But for an Indian HFT, maybe it is worth even to invest even in that.
okay. Okay. So there is a lot of gap in the market, like these inefficiencies. The
Yeah, yeah,
smaller ones, the bigger firms won't take. Because of that, there is room for smaller players as well.
yeah, yeah. Or it might just be that some inefficiency they haven't found out yet. Like the institute
Okay.
has not found out yet, or which Indian HFTs know, or any HFT know. So I'm just
Mm-hmm.
telling in that sense that it's not always that one HFT will take everything away.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. That's why sourcing like top talent is very,
yeah,
uh,
very important.
very
Yeah, yeah,
important.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Nice. So I just heard you are also hiring people, right? So
Yeah,
so how do you actually select? Like, do you ask the same OS and fundamental questions and all that?
yeah, OS and C++ design questions and computer architecture. Yeah, mostly the core CS courses which we learn in computer science. Yeah, mostly the questions are on that itself. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah,
That's interesting. That's nice to know. So tell us about like if somebody works in HFT for
yeah,
let's say 5, 6 years,
yeah.
how much can they earn? Like on a ballpark in Indian HFT working in India.
Yes. Actually, it depends a lot. If you're say if you're a trader, and then
Okay.
a trader, then
I heard that you get similar pay, no? Similar pay, like at least in the starting packages or same, at least in.
yeah, yeah, when you start off, yeah, when you start off, it's definitely the same. But as like when you like become more and more senior, like let's say, I'm also guessing like when you're 5 or 6 years
Hmm.
senior, your whatever strategy, like whatever money your strategy earns,
Hmm.
right? So if your strategy earns more money, you'll get more salary, right? So for a trader, it's very directly linked to that. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So it's very difficult to answer for a trade. Like it's your strategy makes money, you're going to earn more money. So it's difficult to answer for like in 5 6 years how much money you have. Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The reason I was asking is like I talked to one of my friend, who is a
Yeah.
quant. I think he's
Yeah.
also in QuantBox only. He's in Gurgaon office.
Okay.
Yeah. So he told me that by the end of 5 years, like people have around 20, 30 crores in like savings. But like if you,
20 30. Okay.
yeah,
I'm 19 crores short. 19 to 20.
uh,
But I, for a, I don't think the number is.
no, no, because like if you just see like the base packages only are like 1 crore,
Yeah.
right? Like for
Yeah.
some of the entry roles only it's 1 crore. So
Yeah.
if you keep compounding that and the fact that they'll get bonus also, right? Like I'm talking about quant.
No, no. So it depends, right? Are you talking about the best quant? Like
Not
I
not
talking
best,
about
like
this
even
is
if
not
you're
the average.
median.
20 to 13, 5, 6 years seems a
Is it
bit too much. I think. Yeah, yeah.
okay? Like how about in 10 years of HFT?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, 10 years definitely. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So that is more than enough amount to retire, and like people usually retire early. Like what is your uh end goal? Like do you want to work here for like 10 years and then retire, or what is your
I,
idea?
so I'll tell you in general, there's an interesting thing. Maybe that's not that common in other. This thing
Hmm.
there's single garden leaves. So
Okay. In
uh,
HFTs.
yeah, in HFTs.
Okay.
So basically, it's let's say you leave a firm,
Hmm.
then you will get let's say, and then the if the company knows that you have some important information
Hmm.
that they don't want the other firm to know.
Hmm.
So what they'll do is that you cannot join a competitor for a year or
Hmm.
like whatever your term of your garden leave is.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So and then you'll get paid for the year.
Okay. Nice. No,
Yeah.
but that is only if you join another firm, no?
If you join another HFT, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh. But
yeah.
if you retire, then they won't give that much.
If you, I mean, I think after some point, I'm also guessing after some point for them, it's just the thrill of making money rather than the money itself.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Some people, yeah, probably some people do retire. I don't know
So
any
how
person.
old is QuantBox? How
Or actually, QuantBox only for 2020 started in 2020. 5 years
so
old.
okay. So do you have people who have more years of experience than that, like or
Yeah, so
maximum?
people who started QuantBox, they were in another HFT before that,
Hmm.
and then they decided to form their own company. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So now, like basically to summarize, like how HFTs make money is like they build these alphas, these quantitative traders.
Yeah.
They build alphas and strategies on top of these alphas. Alphas are basically functions of the order data, like market price and all that. So based on that, they build some strategy which makes money, and like a role of software person is to make sure that that strategy is executed at whatever price and uh, like the stock they want, and at a very low latency, like they want it ASAP.
Yeah.
So okay, you build systems. So these are the two pillars of building an HFT, like how HFT works. And
HFT
the
works. Yeah.
and the reason why they pay so much is to attract such top talent, and uh, since they make this is like high stakes, high money involved, uh, like the strategies they build make so much money also, right? So because of that, they pay so much.
They also can afford to pay so much. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't use like machine learning and all that because it will hamper the latency, right? I've heard.
Also, again, actually, there are different kind of strategies also. So HFT is obviously high frequency trading.
Hmm.
Some strategies are like mid frequency also. So mid, like they operate at less, like they can afford higher latencies. And
Okay.
then where an HFT will say that, I need to buy and sell in like, let's say 1 second. An MFT will do the same thing in few hours. Like they will hold, they will tell over let's say over 6 hours, this price will increase. So they can afford to have more complex machine learning models. And they can even afford to get
Okay.
data
Okay.
of
So in
news or
QuantBox, you have a mid-frequency also division.
sorry.
In QuantBox, do you have a mid-frequency division?
Yes. We also have a mid frequency division.
So
Yeah.
okay, they use ML, they build ML models and all.
Yeah, then I mean, once you have more time, you can also write and instead of from C++, you can move to Python also, because Python is obviously very easier to develop, and
Hmm.
then like improve your writing a model is much more harder than C++.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
the libraries and all you have to write from scratch.
yeah, and Python is almost like pseudocode, so it's
Hmm.
very easy to develop. So a lot of the MFT people they do use Python for their strategies.
Any last piece of advice? for someone who wants to do uh, HFT, like who wants to work at HFT in a long term, like.
Ah, okay. HFT. So in general, if let's say you're thinking of applying to an HFT, for the quant guys, for the quant role as such,
Hmm.
you need like you need to be you need to have good CP this thing rating,
Hmm.
and you need to have be good at all these these probabilistic puzzles and game theory. I think there are some standard books,
Okay.
forgetting the name, but yeah, you need to go through them. For this is for freshers basically,
Hmm.
for freshers who are in college and looking to join HFT. Um, and for the software as such, so for the software, it's more like C++, and then your low latency OS, your caching, which like all these computer architecture, networks knowledge should be good. Uh,
Hmm.
so in general, yeah, that is what you can focus on.